We are what? We are who? We are what? Vibrant. We are who? 50 plus. Hi, welcome to Gray Lives on the Rise. I am your host, Professor Jamila Franklin, and we are coming to you from Oyende Enterprises, being sponsored by Jamila Sense, which is our product line of aromatherapy products that helps heal the mind, body, and soul. And we are bringing to you Alamaj's Rebirthing Program, as well as Jamila Sense, and a host of wonderful programs that will help heal your body, heal your soul, and heal your mind. 50 plus people, we are here to stay. Gray Lives on the Rise. We are what? We are who? We are vibrant, and we are here to stay. Join us for our wonderful episodes. Thank you, and continue to look for our episodes weekly, being brought to you again from Oyende Enterprises and Jamila Sense. See you soon. Thanks, everyone. Welcome again to Gray Lives on the Rise. Okay, I have my real spotlight on now, so if you see me panning, it's because I'm perspiring, because I have the real heavy duty light on today. Anyway, I'm Professor Jamila Franklin. I am the host and founder of Gray Lives on the Rise, and I have the wonderful, magnificent Reverend Kasey Corbin. I adore this man. He's taking classes with me. He is amazing. He started his own school, so he's going to talk about that today. And I want you to definitely tune in, because this is, even though he is not quite an elder yet, he has elder wisdom. So we're going to glean from his wisdom. He and I have had conversations, and he's a metaphysician. He's a new thought visionary. He is a Reiki Master, and I'll get into all that about him later on. But I mean, this man is amazing. So you better stay tuned and get your pen and your paper and write some things down, because he's going to give you some wonderful nuggets. Do you hear me? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful nuggets. So again, I'm Professor Jamila Franklin. I'm the co-founder, not the co-founder, I am the founder and the CEO of Gray Lives on the Rise. And just a brief history, this came about 2 years ago. We have had 100 episodes, and Dr. Kasey, Reverend Kasey, is now with the 102nd episode. So we've been around for a moment. Yeah, woo, 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 woo. Yeah. And he's a fellow Cancerian like me, so you know we're going to have a good time. It's going to be all the way live, okay? Okay? So as we go on the rise, we're going to be live with Dr. I keep calling him Doctor because he is. I feel like it in my spirit. Reverend Dr. Kasey. So this came into my spirit about 2 years ago about Gray Lives. I was walking because I love exercising and I love walking. I was walking. So all of a sudden this download came into my consciousness, and it said, you need to have something for people who are 50 plus. I'm looking all around and saying, okay, this is coming from spirit. And it needs to focus on people 50 plus, because you guys have been denigrated, you've been gaslit, you've been disparaged, you've been really disrespectful. You can be 49 and people think you're relevant. Time you turn 50, they think that you are in the nursing home. And I've had people that I've had to check who think that we're over the hill. And so, honey, part of being over the hill, you work for people who are 50 plus.
Yes.
So let's get it straight. So, but anyway, this download said you need to talk about the wonderful things that the 50 plus generation is doing, because there is nothing out there really that encompasses all the wonderful things. You have people talking about divorce over 50, marriage over 50, career over 50, but Gray Lives on the Rise is all encompassing. It deals with every aspect of your life. So several things came to me. You need to have a podcast. You need to have a name for the movement, because it's a movement. You need to relanguage it, and you need to have a store. So first thing I thought, the title for the movement, Gray Lives Matter. I said, no, that's too cliche-ish. And then I said, then Gray Lives on the Rise came to me. I said, I like that. Lives and rise, rhyme. Enemies, and we're on the upswing. We're not on the downswing, right? We're on the upswing.
We're on the upswing.
That's right, Reverend Kasey. We're on the upswing. And then I said, we have to relinquish how we see ourselves. We're not decrepit. We're not elderly. We're not senile. We're not over the hill. We are vibrant, alive, enthusiastic, full of life and vigor.
Yes.
And we're visionaries. Then the next thing was like, okay, you need a store to market your merchandise so people can feel empowered and emboldened when they see these words. So we have a store that gives, like I have here, the t-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, floor mats, totes, you name it, we have it in our store so you can wear it with pride. And the last thing was the podcast. So I started to talk to people around the world. This is a global podcast. And everyone that I talked to who was 50 plus said, you know, Jamila, we're having the same problem in Australia, Canada, New Zealand, the Netherlands, Costa Rica, the Philippines, Haiti, the United Arab Emirates, the UK. I mean, all of these places, and definitely in America, everyone was feeling that they were being disrespected and ignored at the age of 50 by people in their family as well as people outside, because finding employment when you're 50 can become really challenging. So now, like I said, we have over 100 episodes, so that lets you know how we're really growing. This is a global podcast. We deal with people around the world, men and women. It's multiracial, multi-ethnic, and just really, really, really empowering. The other thing is that we are now having Great Lives on the Rise coffee chat, where you can talk to each of the presenters and myself and in real time. With the podcast, they're recorded, but with the coffee chats, which are once a month, the fourth Thursday from 8 until 9:30, those are live in Zoom, and they are not recorded because we go into some very deep conversations and we don't record those. So if you're interested, you're going to have to like, subscribe, and become a member of our community. We're averaging now between 4,000 to 10,000 views, and we're doing extremely well. So we thank you. Likes, when people click like, it doesn't mean that it goes into the algorithm. So likes basically are a popularity contest. Those views are the ones that get you in front of people like you. So thank you, we thank you, we thank you. And you know I have to pay the bills. One of my companies is Jamila Sense, and it's the company that pays the bills. And my number one product is Peace Be Still, and it's excellent. I'm a certified aromatherapist, a Reiki Master, and an award-winning author, college professor, psychotherapist. I do about 10 different things. My mom said, if you have a lot of different careers, you would never be broke. She was right. So I do about 10 different things, but it's not about me today. It's about Reverend Kasey. But with this product, it's all natural. Everything I do, I'm a certified aromatherapist. And like I said, and certified metaphysician and Reiki Master. And I teach these courses too. And I do ancestral healing sessions for people, because a lot of you are dealing with things from your ancestors. But today we're talking about, Jamila says, peace be still. Just put it in your hands, gets in your body within 10 to 20 minutes. You rub your hands together, you put it over on you, and my goodness. So go to the website, Oyende Enterprises, OYINDE Enterprises.com. You will see my company, Jamila Sense. You will see my courses that I teach in my institute. And you will also see my latest baby, Gray Lives on the Rise. You click on it. If you would like to be a guest speaker, click on it, fill out the information, and we will be in touch with you. So I haven't done my infomercial because, like I said, we have to pay the bills. My companies pay the bills. I'm going to introduce you to my dear, dear friend, and I have so much respect and admiration for this young man. He is amazing. Reverend Kasey L. Corbin is a highly regarded thought leader, author, Reiki Master, self-help, master life coach, and speaker. He is best known for teaching his mind science workshops and seminars, and for facilitating his daily AM Zoom community. Surround yourself with OGP, only gratitude, only grateful people. I love that. OGP. Yes. He is a graduate of the Barbara King School of Ministry, the Theological Institute of Transpersonal Psychology, and the Transcendent Life Coaching Institute. He also recently graduated from the University of Metaphysics, where he completed the curriculum for a bachelor's degree in metaphysical science. He's currently continuing his studies at the University of Metaphysics to pursue a master's degree in metaphysical science. I did that. Oh, and I'm working. Yeah, now I'm working, supposed to be working on my doctorate with it. I think I might do 2 doctorates. Yeah.
Okay.
I love the program. In 2006, Reverend Kasey evolved out of the traditions of Christianity into the expanded consciousness of New Thought philosophy, ancient mysteries, esoteric truth, mysticism, metaphysics, and mind science. His testimony is twofold. Reading saved my life, and my greatest accomplishment was changing my reality by changing my mind. Yes. So he is amazing. And he was one of my students at the Barbara King School of Ministry. I so enjoyed having him as one of my students. I said, oh my goodness, he's right up here with New Thought. He really gets it. He understands what's going on here. He was just right there every time I was able to give him some information, get the class information. He was right there with me. I was like, oh my goodness, I have someone who really understands this. And he was in my Reiki class, my Reiki Master class, and he received certification with me. So I just admire this young man. He's just amazing. So Reverend Kasey, let's get down to it. You know how we do. And he's a Cancerian, so you know it's going to be all day live, you know. You know. So I think I'm
all the way live.
Yes, change it to my other little glasses. Let's see.
Get me a sip of kombucha.
Yeah, this is my other little glasses. Okay, my computer glasses. So, Reverend Kasey, let's start from the beginning. Let's talk about little Kasey Corbin, where he's from, how he got into New Thought, and all of those wonderful, wonderful things. And all right. You're originally from
Tifton, Georgia. I am originally from Tifton, Georgia, about 2 hours and 45 minutes south of Atlanta, Interstate 75, straight down south.
Wow. I know of Tifton. I had a friend who is now on the other side of the veil, who was from Tifton, who lived in Boston. She told me about Tifton. Okay.
Yeah, a little small town. Everyone knows everyone. Everyone knows everyone's business.
Oh, yeah.
One of those small towns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you throw a rock, they know who threw it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, born in
they have their characters. Small towns are fun when everyone's not in everyone's business, when they're just helping each other and whatever. But when they get into nosy, that becomes a bit much. But
absolutely. I was born at a time where the community actually did raise us. So I got to experience that.
Mm-hmm.
Where my neighbors were my mothers, my neighbors were my grandmothers, they were my aunties, my granddads, my uncles, and so it really it took that for us. Um, and I'm glad I got to experience that. So I had some good values instilled in me. Being born in the South and raised by women primarily.
Mm-hmm.
Maternal grandmother, paternal grandmother, and my mother was out doing her thing, and she was making ends meet. Yeah, meeting the needs of the family, going out working, and so those two praying women really instilled some good truths in me. And I was born into the family I was born into. I was born into Christianity, so
Mm-hmm.
that's what shaped my thinking. I
Mm-hmm.
entered into this embodiment in 1971, and uh, that school of thought shaping and molding me, and that's what little Kasey was born into. And with that came a lot of fears and superstitions and
Mm-hmm.
misinformation, and I was shaped and it, as they put it, born into sin and shaped in iniquity.
Go ahead, Pastor. Go ahead, Pastor. Yep. Oh yeah. Oh
So that was my thinking. Oh, and as a result, I experienced a lot of things, such as very, 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 very low self-esteem.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh, I felt really bad about myself,
Mm.
and this was all due to how I was religiously shaped, with some other
Yeah.
things. Um, no self-identity.
Mm.
I had no idea like who I was, and I'm gonna stay on the religious side. The family I was born into it played its part as well, but they were only passing down to me what was passed down to them,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, I my mind's eye was blind to truth, and I couldn't see.
Mm.
So these are the energies I was born into, and
Mm.
just made to feel really bad about myself. Like I don't deserve anything. I don't deserve anything
Mm-hmm.
good. Uh, can't have anything good. Poverty is your lot.
Mm-hmm.
Sickness and disease is your lot.
You're a worthless sinner.
You're a worthless sinner, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So that was the energy I was born into, and it did its work on me.
Mm.
It did. It did. Uh, but yeah, that's a little bit, and the biggest thing it did, I call my professor. I took all three Reiki, Reiki 1, Reiki 2, Reiki 3 with Dr. Jamila, and took some classes, several classes when she was teaching and instructing at the Barbara King School of Ministry. One thing Dr. Franklin did was that it kept me. So the religious school of thought I was born into, Christianity, it taught me to look outside of myself for the answer.
Mm-hmm.
And it it taught me that self-help was demonic. It taught
Mm-hmm.
me that self-knowledge was demonic. And it kept me looking outside for what was really inside.
Mm-hmm.
So it, it imprisoned me. And it erased my knowledge of self.
Mm-hmm.
I knew about the God of the Bible, the Jesus of the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
the Holy Spirit of the Bible. I knew about Adam, both Adams, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Sarah, Queen of Sheba, Paul, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, King Agrippa, all of them, Isaiah, Jeremiah,
Mm-hmm.
Hezekiah, Obadiah, but I knew nothing about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. And it was slowly taking me out.
Mm.
It was taking me out. And so I found that the antithesis to all of this was self-knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You know thyself.
Mm-hmm.
And it was more than the family name that I was born into,
Right.
more than and please for everybody listening, please understand what I'm saying. More than the melanin embodiment,
Mm-hmm.
it was beyond that. I love the skin I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
We're golden.
Mm-hmm.
We're golden. It's a badge of honor. It's a
Mm-hmm.
badge of dignity. It's a badge of respect. It's a badge of royalty. It's a badge of deity.
Mm-hmm.
But there was another self. There was another self. And that was my divine self. I knew nothing about that self. And it it greatly influenced my life.
Mm-hmm.
Primarily what I felt about my feelings was so low about me that it influenced my thoughts, my words, and my actions. And I was going nowhere really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's a little bit about my.
I think the important piece is that these are three different selves that you were talking about. And you've
Yes.
come to, the earlier religious self that had been fashioned by the external world, your
Mhm.
grandparents, religion, the community. This is how a good Christian is supposed to be. So
Yes,
all of that was external, but it became internalized
it did.
because you want to be a good Christian. So you have to adopt the mores and the philosophies and the beliefs of those external uh, energies because you're a
Yes.
child. You're a child, so and you desire to fit in. And
Hmm.
so then you came into yourself about appreciating the melanated part of you and your
Yes.
history as an Alkebalan. That's our real name, Alkebalans. And and appreciating and honoring that and just uh, relishing in all the goodness and the richness of that. But then
Hmm.
you step to say, okay, I've embodied this third dimensional reality, and now I'm going into the divine self, which
Yes.
has no boundaries, which
No
has
boundary.
no um, limitations,
Yes.
and it's connected to the divine, so it can right any of the misbeliefs, false beliefs that we may have been harboring, and give us an unlimited life that no one can stop in any of the other parts of you. The melanated part in terms of racism and all the things that people try to do with that. And then the childhood thing, if you're not a good Christian, then you're going to go to hell. So all those
Mm.
kinds of things have been kind of pushed to the side by being in alignment with the divine. So let's talk about how how you left that limited belief of Christianity and then
Okay.
came into knowing who you are as an African and capable and being and feeling empowered. And now you're in this beautiful stage of your divinity. So that's how did you segue out of Christianity? What led you out of Christianity?
That's a great question. One in which I love to answer and talk about. Uh, in 1996, I gave my first public discourse. June the 2nd, 1996. I felt that I was called to preach, and I started in Tifton, Georgia, where I'm from. There, I gave
Mm-hmm.
my first public discourse. 2006, let's fast forward 2006. Well, between 1996 and 2006, I was preaching uh, the dangers of, and I love to phrase it this way, the dangers of traditional Christianity, because religion is dangerous, and and I was preaching that low self esteem stuff, that negative image, negative self image psychology
Mm,
that Christianity, the negative self awareness
mm,
that Christianity preaches. And so for 10 years, I was preaching it
mm,
fervently. And in 2006, I was ordained a reverend in the traditions of Christianity. 10 years reading, studying it, vibing with it, and preaching it to other people, teaching it to other people. And something started getting my attention in the book, First Corinthians chapter 15. I'm gonna make this short. I ran into another Adam. I had only known about one Adam, and that was Adam in the book of Genesis. Well, in First Corinthians chapter 15, it talks about the second Adam and the last man.
mm.
And I was like, what is this about? I had
Right.
never heard about. I knew one Adam, but you mean there's another Adam in the Bible? There's another Adam in the Bible. This Adam, spiritually speaking, was the Christ, not Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
the Christ.
Mm-hmm.
So in verse 22 of the 15th chapter says this, as in Adam all die, even so in Christ shall all be made alive.
Mm.
That got my attention. If any person be in Christ, they're a new creation, a new creature. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. That got my attention. Romans chapter 5, when I start reading Romans chapter 5, uh, it made a very sharp contrast between a sinner and a righteous person.
Mm.
And the thing was this, either you are a sinner or you are righteous, but you can't
Mm-hmm.
be both.
Yeah. Oh, you can be. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
so, and that was around 2005.
Mm.
And I started asking questions. I'm like, hey, why aren't we talking about the life in Christ instead of talking about the life in Adam?
Mm-hmm.
Because the church is very, especially the churches I was affiliated with in Christianity, they're very sin conscious.
Yeah.
Sin, 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 sin,
Yeah.
sin, sin, sin. And I'm like, how can I possibly get better if that's all I'm hearing?
Mm-hmm.
You'll
You're
say,
you're a worthless sinner, and this is like you're
yes,
doomed to hell. You know.
yes, yes. And so it was that thinking, and it got my attention. And then the word sin and sinner became very derogatory to me. I started doing some deep reading, research, and studying, asking questions. I became a troublemaker. People didn't want to talk to me. My other colleagues in what we call the colleagues in the gospel of Jesus Christ, they didn't want to talk to me, and they didn't want to answer my question. No one could seem to answer my question. So what I did was I said in a very polite way, this was in 2006, I told them, I said, I'm leaving. I'm leaving and I'm going on a search. And if what I find is not suitable or sufficient, I'll be back. 20 years later, I haven't returned.
Wow. Wow.
Because I found what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I found, and this was in 2006, Dr. Franklin. This was in 2006. And I just haven't stopped reading. I haven't stopped studying. And here's the key about myself.
Yes. You started inward.
Yes, I started going inward,
Yeah.
inward, inward. And that was it for me. Reading saved my life. It saved me.
Mm-hmm.
It saved me from, if I can use this, it saved me from the Antichrist, which is Christianity. Christianity is the Antichrist. Anyway, I'm telling you why it's the Antichrist, though. It's the Antichrist because they only recognize one person as the Christ when everybody is indwelt with the Christ in all actuality.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is indwelt. In other words, this is what I'm saying. Everyone has inner divinity, but they only see it in one person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it in one person.
And it's interesting because that person said, don't look to me as your savior, go within.
Yes.
Your brother, I'm no different than you. And I tell this to fundamentalist people. I said, he said, don't worship me. He said, worship he who sent me, but not me. I'm here to show you the way and show you how to get to this place of alignment with the one.
Yes.
Not to look at me for that, but I'm teaching you. And people over centuries have misinterpreted that. And when you try to expose that to them and show them, they call you a heretic. So go ahead. And I know. I don't care. I don't care. People are like, she doesn't care. No, I don't, because I know who I am.
Right.
I don't care. Yeah.
Yes, so that's what did it. And I got my hands on some book. The very first book was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That really broke the seal. It opened something. I entered a level of awareness that I did not know was already there, and it was through that book. Primarily, chapter 2, when he was talking about desire, chapter 3, when he was talking about faith, chapter 4, when he was talking about the power of self suggestion. I read that book at a time when I couldn't read well, and it was challenging, and I almost gave up. But I'm glad I didn't. From that book, he introduced me to Earl Nightingale, The Stranger's Secret. We become what we think about. Earl Nightingale opened me up to Bob Proctor, and I started getting into his material. 2006, Rhonda Burns came out with this runaway best-selling documentary, The Secret. I got my hands on that.
I did too in 2006. So yeah, it was amazing.
Yes. Wallace Wattles' book, The Science of Getting Rich. And so I started getting all of these. In chapter 4, he said, thought is the only power which can create riches out of the formless substance. Then I got my hands on Reverend Ike's material.
Oh, yeah. Reverend Ike? Reverend Ike helped educate a lot of people, particularly people in the Black community.
Yes.
They just, oh my God, he's talking about money and not being the root of all evil. And he's saying that you don't have to die to go to heaven. Heaven can be right here on earth.
Right
You're
here,
creating your
right
own
here.
hell. Oh yeah, Reverend Ike was the black um, forerunner to a lot of the people who are coming out now talking about prosperity,
Yes,
even in terms of some of the Caucasian ministers and stuff and whatnot. He laid the groundwork because he didn't care what people thought,
he did
and
not.
he didn't care. He did not care.
Mhm. He did not. So it was material like that. And in 2010, my studies intensified even more. In 2019, I found out Reverend Ike had a church in, I was living in Savannah, Georgia. And I found out he had a church in Beaufort, South Carolina. So I started going over there.
Hmm.
It intensified. That's when I heard about Dr. Martin Luther King in Atlanta, Georgia. So I started
Hmm.
traveling to Atlanta.
Hmm.
I thought it was Dr. Martin Luther King, his daughter. But no, this was a totally different King.
Mm.
And from
Oh,
her,
you're talking about the great Barbara King.
the Barbara King, yes, Barbara
Yeah.
King, Dr. Barbara King, yes. Um, and from her, she said these words one day. I was sitting, she came to Beaufort and preached at Reverend Ike's Church in Beaufort.
Mm.
And when she said these words, I couldn't hold my peace. She was talking about God is all there is, and there is nothing else.
Hmm.
Oh, that hit me. Because all I knew was God and the devil.
Hmm.
But I didn't know that God was all there is and there was no devil.
Hmm.
Right? So now that's studying biblical mysticism.
Hmm.
That's studying the esoteric truth of the Bible. You won't find a literal being out that exists outside of us, which wreaks havoc. But you, through the biblical mysteries and mysticism, what you will find is a low vibration energy and a character. It's an idiomatic statement. Anyone can be the idiomatic devil.
Hmm.
Anyone can take on that character.
Hmm.
Anyone can take on that attribute.
Hmm.
And so when she said it, I this was something for me. And I found that I could live without this fellow, and I could live a successful life without this fellow. And I
Hmm.
have been, and I am,
Hmm.
and yeah. So these giants, and when I got to school, and I ran into you, I held on to everything you were saying to me. You started teaching when you started teaching Reiki and the energy medicine together with Reiki. And
Hmm.
you started showing us different body points and how you can tap and release energy and keep yourself from colds by tapping different body parts.
Hmm.
And your classes were like nothing I had heard. It was like it was next level. This area that you were taking me into, I had never studied.
Hmm.
I had never studied, and I wanted to know who is this woman. You know, she's calling on the ancestors. She's talking about Oshun. She's opening portals. She's taking us into another dimension by ringing a bell, taking us into meditation. Dr. Franklin, I am indebted to your knowledge.
Yeah. But see, when the thing that was so humbling for me was the fact that you were interested, because all I'm doing is helping you remember who you
Yes,
are.
yes.
We all have this knowledge within us when we incarnate. And what has happened is that we just have people to reignite that memory. And that's
Mm,
part of our set in the Kemetic belief system, because her husband, Arthur, was chopped into pieces by his brother Seth, and she pulled back all of the members
mm-hmm.
of his body to remember, to,
Yes.
to help him come back to who he really was, metaphorically.
Mm,
So the same thing with you. When you were in, I said, it was so refreshing and so amazing, because it's he's right there, right there. He's there. He asked, and I just appeared as the teacher, because he already has this information embedded within his spiritual, genetic, and metaphysical DNA. We come in here fully wired with everything. We just
yes, we
have
do.
to have something to ignite, to flip the switch, as it
Yes,
were,
yes,
to have us remember, as Arsette did with her husband, to remember who we were.
yes.
So I give all thanks and praises to you. Our paths crossed, and because of you, you were the beacon in the class. People wanted to catch up to you.
Mm, mm,
It's like,
mm.
okay, if Reverend Kasey understands this, even if I don't, I'm going to try to pretend like I do. And that was refreshing, because I didn't have to have a lot of opposition, because what I teach is very, very esoteric, and is out there. Some people who are very fundamentalist struggle with it. But
Mhm.
because you had the blending of Christianity, traditional Christianity, metaphysical Christianity, and the openness to receive something else like Reiki and the metaphysical courses that I was teaching, everyone who wanted to be like you or align themselves with more new thought became less resistant. So I think
Mm,
the creator doesn't make any mistakes. He had you cross my path while I was teaching, at the Barbara King School of Ministry, so
yes.
I could have less resistance.
Mm,
And so when I saw this, I said, thank you, ancestors, thank you, creator, because I didn't have to struggle. There were some people in there who were somewhat oppositional, but I didn't have to struggle with the whole group,
mm.
because they saw how open and you were just catching on. So let's talk about your next phase,
Okay.
um, because you were always there, and you became a minister with Reverend Ike's uh, church, I believe. Is that
I
correct?
did. I did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I did. Um, and it was exciting, ordained into New Thought. And so I've been ordained twice, one in Christianity, one in New Thought, mind science slash metaphysics, by Bishop Jack, uh, having completed the ministerial program at the Barbara King School of Ministry. And so they call me jokingly, they call me the two Rev. You've been ordained two times. And it's been a joy. I've found my tribe by following my vibe.
I like that.
Mm. Yes, and I lost, and I'm just using for the sake of the conversation, lost family members, associates, friends, because I expanded my consciousness.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it elevated me, and I started teaching Reverend Ike's material, his book, his Science of Living Philosophy. I taught it for 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
and it further expanded my consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And uh, the last 2 years I have not taught it. I've been teaching my own things, my own classes, my own courses,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Yeah,
am so yeah.
yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's
Okay.
talk about because we reconnected because we had lost touch for about a year or two, and then I
Yes.
saw something on Facebook where you were stating that you were starting your school. I was like, oh my goodness, he's,
Yes.
he's Lazarus. I'm resurrecting him from the dead. I've been looking for my brother Kasey. Where has he been? My student, my mentor. I said, where has he been? So let's talk about your school.
Oh,
And before we get into it, if people want to get in touch with you, let's give them your handles now. So, because when we get into this part, it may become really intense.
okay. Um, I am currently working on a website. Everyone don't have a website, but you can find me on Facebook, Kasey Corbin, or
Okay,
Reverend Kasey.
spell it for them.
Okay, Kasey, Kasey, Corbin, Corbin. And you'll find me on Instagram at Kasey.Corbin.school. Kasey.Corbin.school. On Facebook, you'll find me as Kasey Corbin or Reverend Kasey, one of those two. And my page, you'll pull up my page and I'll be, right there. Email kcorbin, KCORBIN at KaseyCorbin.com.
Mm.
So those are some handles. If anyone wants to get in touch with me and contact, that's how you can find me. And
Wow.
even through the wonderful, amazing Dr. Franklin, get in touch
Yes.
with me that way.
Yes. Inside school. So let's talk about your school.
Okay, so it was established in 2026. Just this year, in the first course I taught when I established the school, and I had students for the course. Yay! And it
Mm.
was called Universal Creator Consciousness. Universal Creator Consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. Universal Creator Consciousness. What this course is about reversing negative self-image psychology and negative self-awareness.
Mm.
And I did this for people who are struggling to come out of negative self-image psychology and negative self-awareness from the death grip of religion, especially Christianity. I don't know about any other religion, but that's what had me. And so what the course does is it reverses what they teach. And
Mm.
it's 20 modules.
Wow.
And we reverse the erasure of no self-knowledge. By the time you get to module 20, you step into universal creator consciousness. I'm going to tell you what that is, what that means. It's not something we do, it's something we are. As Dr. Franklin was just talking about, the remembering. And so we remember. By the time you get to module 20, it should have pricked and prodded
Yeah.
and poked and to help stimulate and awaken this creator consciousness within us. We're creators, we're manifestors, we're
Mm-hmm.
demonstrators, and we do it all the time, but most people do it unconsciously. As a result, it's self-sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know I'm creating, I'm attracting people, places, things, events, experiences, circumstances, energies, vibrations into my field. Well, when I was doing that unconsciously, I was living a hell of a life.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I started waking up, which is what the course is all about. And so we do it through moving through phases from limiting beliefs to empowering beliefs
I like
through
that.
all 20 modules, all 20 modules. And we talk about the scripts that we were born into,
Mm-hmm.
right? Scripts of sickness and disease, scripts of poverty,
Mm-hmm.
scripts of fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, scripts of anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
uh, scripts of self-hatred.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these things we were born into. And these scripts that we're born into, for the most part, they're unquestioned.
Right.
You don't question them. We just accept them
Right.
because we were born into them and they were passed down to us.
Right.
Um, it's a beautiful process. We go through 4 phases. We go from an unconscious incompetent to an unconscious competent to conscious competence to unconscious competence. And we move through those 4 phases. And we shift out of limiting beliefs. 20 powerful modules.
Mm-hmm.
We get into self-hypnosis so that we can get out of cultural hypnosis,
Mm-hmm.
so that we can get out of religious hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about uh, the prison of egregores, social egregores, class egregores, educational egregores. And these are systems that we're born into,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like archetypes.
Right.
And we talk about how to break those,
Mm-hmm.
how to come out, what they are, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and how to get out of these inherited beliefs which were passed down to us. Yeah. So, and that was the first class at the Kasey. The school is called, by the way, the Kasey Corbin School of Universal Consciousness. And universal creative consciousness is understanding that. So if a person, if I want to attract money, what kind of consciousness do I need to attract money? I need a money consciousness. If I want to manifest health, what kind of consciousness do I need to manifest health? I need a health consciousness. If I want to
Mm-hmm.
be successful, what kind of consciousness do I need to be successful? A success consciousness. Well, if I want to live as universal creator consciousness in me, with me, through me, as me, for me, and around me, what kind of consciousness do I need? I need that creator consciousness on a universal scale. There is a particular me, an individualized me, and then there is a universal me.
Right. That's in alignment with the Almighty. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we
Yeah.
step into that. Yeah, we step into that. And the second course I'm doing, which starts on August the 9th, uh, this is good. It's called I Am Revealing the Name of God.
Mm. Wow.
I am revealing the name of God, or that which we call God.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I'm excited about that. That starts on August the 9th on a Sunday from at 7 p.m. and we go 2 hours from 7 to 9. This name, there's a name which stops people from looking for an external God out there, somewhere else, sometime else, someplace else. Only
Mm-hmm.
God knows where. And when we step into this name, the name is the nature. When we step into the name, we step into the nature, which is responsiveness. And so this name, this nature, this essence responds to us.
Mm.
And the question, one of the questions I'm asking, which we do some amazing things. In this course, we degender God.
Mm.
We take God out of he, him, father. We take God out of the patriarchal tags and labels which have been put on the unseen essence and the unseen presence. We delocalize God.
Mm.
We take God out of heaven. Our Father who art in heaven. No, that's not literal. That's not historical. God is not up there somewhere else, sometime else, someplace else.
Mm.
Uh, and we put God in its proper place. And we understand it from first person present tense.
Mm.
First person present tense. To know God is to know first person present tense.
I am.
I am.
I am.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it. So we take them, and that class started. That's the second class of the Kasey Corbin School of Universal Consciousness. I'm excited about it. Students have signed up for that,
Oh, wonderful.
and this is the enrollment period, and I'm excited about others who are on their way to sign up for it. Um, just knowing our awareness of being,
Mm.
that's God.
Yeah.
That's God. Nothing outside of us.
I am so proud of you. So, is your school, do people get certified in anything? Do they receive certificates?
They will.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, they will be certified metaphysicians and mind science practitioners.
Mm. Wonderful.
Yes, yes. And we go deep into Bible mysticism and Bible mysteries
Mm-hmm.
and studying different texts from a psychological interpretation and not a theological interpretation.
Mm.
Nothing historical, nothing literal, nothing
Mm.
fundamental, no dogma. We throw dogma out the
Mm.
window.
Mm.
Yes. And
So it's an experiential kind of experience of a school.
yes,
It's supposed to
absolutely.
be linear. It's not linear. It's more your people are walking through their individual paths and experiencing what the teachings from you, Reverend Kasey, are imparting with them. So it's less focused on the traditional
Yes,
assessments, grades,
absolutely.
scores, and things. It's more interested in your growth, your spiritual growth, and your metaphysical ascension. I think it's amazing. Well, we're coming to
Thank you.
an end.
Oh.
I think we've covered everything.
You're
We've covered
right.
everything. And
Right.
how long is your school? What are the steps you have? The courses you're developing now. So what is your vision for the
Uh,
school?
my vision for the school is for it to be like the University of Metaphysics that I'm currently enrolled there uh,
Mm-hmm.
as a student in the master's program right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is it for it to be a step out of religion into spirituality?
I love that.
Yes. It's a
Um,
path I took, and I know that there are many, many at the crossroads.
yeah.
They don't know which way to go.
Yeah.
And for it to become accredited in a spiritual sense, a spiritual side, they won't give me like other schools, like the University of Metaphysics. They won't give them academic
Right.
accreditation. Uh, but there is a metaphysical accreditation that comes with studying metaphysics and graduating uh, successfully through their curriculum. So that's my idea for the school for people. Uh, yeah,
And it's
coming out
not,
of.
go ahead.
I was done. I'm done.
Yeah, and it's not age related. And a person doesn't have to, like I know with the University of Metaphysics, even though you have all your degrees, because I have all these degrees, they start you from scratch. It's like, okay,
They
that's
do.
cute. That's cute, Professor Jamila. You have all of that, but we're going to train you
Yes.
using our curriculum. So, yeah. Reverend Casey, this has been amazing. I so enjoyed this conversation. What would you like to leave our listening audience with?
Two things. I gave you my handles. I do an AM every AM. We don't miss a beat. Every AM from 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's called Surround Yourself with OGP Only Grateful People. And it's all about the gratitude frequency and the gratitude vibration. That's all we talk about. And that's all we get into every AM. And so we wake up to gratitude and we learn that gratitude is not just a nice gesture, it's not just something nice you say. Gratitude is what we are, it's what we become, it's what we embody. The characteristics and the attributes. So if you're interested, you have my handles, send me a message, contact me, be a part of that. Prophetic Gratitude is coming out. It is on its way. I just wrote a book, Prophetic Gratitude. It is with the publisher. I got an email from them yesterday. This is the last phase and stage. I'm looking over everything. Once I send them back the approval, it is ready. It's called Prophetic Gratitude. Thanking ahead, not thinking ahead, thanking ahead.
That's true.
And yes, Universal Creative Consciousness is the second book. It is with the publisher. We are in the editorial phase with that book right now. They're going through the editing. I just read with my account manager. They sent me a document that they have edited. I read through that, sent it back to them. It's good. It's approved. So I would say be grateful. A lot of people say, I have so much to be grateful for. Here's my thing. I have everything to be grateful for. And here's the thing. Here's the thing, and I'll end with this. All things contribute to my advancement when I include all things in my gratitude.
That's powerful.
If I can include it in my gratitude, it is an opportunity for the infinite to use it as raw material. Doesn't matter what it is, good, bad, or indifferent, good, bad, or ugly. It could come from Capitol Hill. It could come from the Orange Man. Whatever it is, if I include it in my gratitude, it is an opportunity for the infinite to use it as raw material for my advancement. I'm done. Woo.
There was a beautiful Sermon on the Mount. I can't even come behind that. I usually have something to say. I'm done. I love, love, love.
Yes.
My beautiful audience, please get in touch with Reverend Kasey Corbin. As you can see, he's amazing. He's unconventional. He's metaphysical. He's spiritual. And he's universal. And this is a time that we need to go beyond the boxes that we put ourselves in. To see that things, if you're on this planet at this time, this is advanced. If you're on this planet at this time, you agreed to come here because of what we are now encountering, because you can now shift.
Yes.
Everything. As I was talking to Reverend Kasey earlier about some things that were showing up in my life, I got still and I shifted. And because everything is energy, it's like you said, in terms of mind and all of that. If you're in alignment with the Creator who says that, and like you said, everything is God, everything comes from God, just understand that in the midst of your pain and hold on to that as your reality. Things have to change.
Yes, they do.
Because you have changed. So the magnet within you has changed, so it's going to magnetize the things that you truly desire. Reverend Kasey, I am so impressed. You're going to be on my coffee chat series too in the very near future.
Okay.
So some more information and inspiration.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you,
I'm so
Dr.
proud of you. I'm just so proud of you. Everyone calls me Dr. Franklin, even though I haven't earned my doctorate yet. I have two master's degrees. Those my cheat sheet way out, but I think I might go back to finish it. So let me get me 2 master's degrees. But thank you so much. It's been a pleasure and an honor. And see, this wasn't an accident. I'm not on Facebook that much. My director of technology puts information about the podcast and my courses and my products on Facebook. I don't do any of that. She does that. So I just happened to be on Facebook. I was on Facebook, a couple of years ago, but I'm not on Facebook that much. I'm on Instagram a lot, but not on Facebook. So something said, why don't you check out Facebook? And on that very day, found you. See, when you get these hunches, everyone, follow that hunch that leads, because that's the inner God in you talking to you. That's what that is. It's not just luck or coincidence. There's no such thing as luck. There is alignment.
Yes.
Alignment means when you are in perfect alignment with the Creator of the universe, you work less and attract more.
Yes.
That's
absolutely.
That's the way it goes. Well, thank you so much, Reverend Kasey. And for all of you who are watching this wonderful show, we will have a replay at 8:30, and just pass it around to your friends, your coworkers, your family members, because they need to be exposed to this wonderful way of envisioning their lives. Because what we've been doing in the past, for a lot of us, it hasn't worked as well as we would have liked. So Reverend Kasey is here to show you a new way. And I so appreciate him because he's done extremely well. So get in touch with him ASAP. Take his courses. Tell others about it. If you want a new way of envisioning the world, this is it. So thank you. Go to my website again, Oyinde Enterprises, OYINDE enterprises.com. Look up Great Lives on the Rise.
Yes.
Like, subscribe, and tell others about it. And we hope to see you, not hope, cancel. We desire to see you every Sunday or throughout the week. You can, because it's recorded, you can look at it at any time. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. And thank you, the incredible Dr. I keep calling you doctor, so I'm being prophetic. The incredible Dr. Reverend Kasey Corbin. Thank you. Hotel, namaste, ashe-o. Until the next time, beloveds, stay well and know that we love you. Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Gray Lives on the Rise, being brought to you by Jamila Sense, which is the product line of Oyende Enterprises. Jamila Sense is a 100% natural aromatherapy line that heals the mind, body, and soul. This episode of Great Lives on the Rise was intended to uplift you, to inspire you, and to motivate you. Please tell all of your friends, family members, and anyone you know who's 50 plus, who's living a vibrant life and interested in doing more and enjoying life even to its fullest. So thank you, and please subscribe, like, and comment on this video and all our videos. Thank you, and until next time, until our next podcast, namaste and be well.